In this week's episode, we pick up from where we were last week in Morfa Nefyn, and we're going to the amazing Porth Iago. Then from there, we're going to Mynyd Carrick, and I'll be taking you on a walk to the beautiful Whistling Sands Bay. The adventure then carries on further down the Llŷn Peninsula, where things don't go quite to plan at Mynyd Moor. There's also an interview and some of my classic next chapter thoughts. So plenty of us to dive into today. I can't wait to show you.
I'm Sarah, I'm 55 and I've just cashed in a small pension, sold out virtually everything I own, and I've gone all in financially on getting a camper van. And with my dog Bella, I'm starting my next chapter by exploring the UK coastline and sharing the experiences I have. Hit subscribe.
Now you actually get here through Moor Farm, where you can pay and park for the day or pay and stay overnight, which is of course exactly what I did. I actually ended up having 2 nights here because I just loved it so much. So once I arrived, I went in, paid up, and then I got to choose exactly where I wanted to stay. And I decided that I wanted to be on the furthest cliff edge to get a clearer view of the sunsets, which did not disappoint. Porth Iago is one of those places that feels like a bit of a gem. It's a tiny sheltered cove tucked into the rugged north coast of the Llŷn Peninsula, with this gorgeous little sandy beach and incredibly clear water. Honestly, waking up here with the beach from one side of me and these incredible views out across the sea, this was definitely one of those van life park-ups that I didn't want to leave, and one that I definitely plan to come back to. So let's have a little look at this beautiful coastline.
Browsie's ready for a walk, and we're now going to walk around. I don't know why I find it so exciting, but I really do. Keep Bella on the lead a bit longer, I think. So, we've come to a gate. I was going to go to the gate, but realised there's no fence next to it, so might as well walk in it. So that ahead is Porth Coleman. Nice way to see it. So yesterday I had a lovely chat with a couple called Liv and Lee, and really nice couple. We got on really well. They've said that they want to do what I'm doing, go around the UK coastline. I get that a lot. It's beginning to make me realise just how amazing this thing is that I'm doing, and that it really is a lot of people's dreams, just as it was for mine. So peaceful. If you've been watching this series, you will know I like my peace and quiet and tranquility. It's such a contrast to how my life has been, and I absolutely love it. So again, if you're looking to walk along here, I started at Porth Iago, and this is actually the Wales Coast Path again. So it is accessible to everyone. Another little secluded beach. There you go. That's a nice view of the beach. Very similar shape to Porth Iago. Another little cove. It makes the landscape so interesting. These storage boxes within the rock. Genius. Oh, she's come out. You're going back in again. As I was walking along that edge, there were a few bits that were really very close to the edge. And I have Bella on the lead and I'm holding a camera. And fear kicked in. And it wasn't the fear of falling. It was the fear of not being found. Isn't that interesting? And I suddenly felt very, very on my own. And then so my brain went into that place of, so what would happen if I fell? Who would know I was here? There's no signal. And it's those sort of fears that previously would have stopped me from doing something like this by myself. And I just thought I'd share that because I went through the process of, well, if I fell down there and hurt myself, what would happen next? Who would find me? Nobody would find me because I'm on my own. And what if something happened to Bella? But Bella's on a tracker. She's on a satellite tracker. And Mark and my children both have access to it. I've got friends who've got me on Find Me on the phone. And it's all okay. It's all okay. And if something does happen, there were people on the campsite that saw me leave. And when you go through all the reasons why it's okay and the chances of something happening being minimal, it just takes that fear away and you're able to enjoy the things that you want to do. And that's not just for coastal walks. I'm beginning to realise I do that process for absolutely everything. There'll be no stopping me. There'll be no stopping me. You see, this is what happens when I get into areas like this. My thoughts get so clear and everything seems so simple. Perfect place to sit and contemplate. As I was panning around, I found this. So now we're walking back and it's beginning to get hot now already. It's hazy. It's beginning to get quite hot. Got to get back. I want a quick swim before we go. I've got a tiny bit of editing to do. And then we are off and we are off grid tonight. So I'm going to have to find somewhere to stay a little later and get that sorted as well. And where it's so hot and my fridge isn't doing so well, I'm going to have to buy food. I'm buying food each day, just buying it, cooking it, eating it, that's it. Ooh, it's warm. Light makes such a difference. Look at the colours now. So bright and lovely. Someone has found a space that is cooler than the rest of the place. If I could get under there with her, I would. So Liv, you and I have literally met last night and we hit it off.
Yep.
And you said those magical words, oh my gosh, you're doing what we want to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but you are in the middle of your next chapter anyway, before this next chapter of what you want to do. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now.
So, taking you back to the end of last year, end of 2025, and we both decided we wanted to be camp wardens. We didn't want to conform to the usual what we're expected to do, the 9-to-5 job. But we were both working separate days. We weren't seeing each other. It kind of just felt.
What were you doing?
So Lee was working as a production manager for I think that's the title. I'm not really sure. He's like Chandler off Friends. Nobody really knows what he does. But he was working 9-to-5, Monday to Friday, for a manufacturing company. And I was working in retail and in a management in a shop, and I was working weekends. We just barely saw each other.
Never seeing each other.
Yeah, and that's been the case. I've been doing that kind of thing since we met. So it's just been 30 odd years of hardly seeing each other than holidays. So yeah, we decided to quit those jobs, which was a big risk, leave the kids at home, and we got jobs. It started in February as park wardens at a campsite. Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you this because we were discussing this last night. How old are your children that you've left at home?
So we have left our children at home, and they're not 8 and 10. They are 20 and 22. and they're living in our house because obviously they're not at a stage where they can afford to buy anything.
Yeah.
So they're at home, and we were like, yeah, we're going. Told family and friends. I think a lot of people thought we were mad.
And how did you find the job?
There's a few places online so there's I think it's UK Campsite website has a job section. So we didn't find this one there, but we applied for quite a few jobs, maybe about 10. We had 4 interviews on like Zoom, Teams, whatever, and we went in person to 3 different interviews, came second on one of them. We got offered another, which was Hadrian's Wall,
Oh, wow.
a campsite near there, and it just didn't feel right, and we actually declined that job before we were offered this one we've got now and accepted. We kind of wanted to be by the coast, and we're in Harlock, so
I get that.
Yeah, completely. Which is again our dream, to do the coastal tour. But it's being by the sea is just such stress relief. Like our stress levels have just gone down to 0.
So how are you actually living then? So paint a picture of what that looks like now.
So we were prepared to live in our van. So we've got a 6-metre Adria camper van. And we were prepared to do that because it was our first year as wardens, first season. So we wanted to get into the sort of business, if that's the industry. And that's what when we accepted the job, that's what we were going to be doing. 2 dogs and 2 adults, and we would have done it. But the manager actually offered us a static caravan. So we've got a 2-bedroom static caravan, and which has been a really nice step. So yeah, we live there. People can stay if they want, which is nice, from friends and family. So yeah, but then we've got the camper van for little adventures.
So your camper van is the same size as this, isn't it?
It's 6 meters. I think yours is a bit bigger, isn't it?
No, we're 6.
Oh, you're 6 meters as well.
Meters,
yeah, 6 meters. Which there is a bigger version, and probably is for this, which is 6.4, I think. And we just thought, it just means the bed's the other way, and you kind of get more bed and no more living space. And actually, it would have been the living space I would have had bigger. So and also parking. You've just that only a little bit more, isn't it? But just
talk me through then how it's been since February. How has that adjustment been for both of you?
Been incredible. I was really stressed before. My job had become quite stressful. I actually wasn't enjoying it latterly, and I loved the company. I worked for the company. I started there in 2016, having done a million different things before. It just wasn't fulfilling me, and now I do feel fulfilled because we're getting to go away every week, and it might only be a night or 2, but we're together. We're actually enjoying each other's company, and it's been the best move, definitely, and it's kind of planted the seed for what we really want. I feel like we're not conforming now to what society thinks you should do in your early 50s. I'm not quite there, but nearly. And I think people were shocked that we were quitting our stable salaried jobs, and we're earning minimum wage now. But it's made such a difference to our lives, and that's what's important.
So what are the main differences that you can categorize? Is it the amount of time that you're working? Is it the type of work you're doing? What do you love about what you're doing now?
The freedom is something from not being able to see each other, but actually the work's really varied. 1 minute we are painting fences, then we're doing some weeding. I do loads of hedge cutting. It's quite manual work. We do cleaning, we do patrols. Chatting to people is my favourite bit. Like I've met we've both met so many interesting people, and people we've had a few people who knew us from like TikTok and things, and chatted to them, and hearing people's stories of what they're doing with their lives is just fascinating.
So obviously you like each other because now you're spending some time together.
Yeah, absolutely.
That must be a relief.
Do you know what? It was a risk, isn't it? It is a risk because we've gone from maybe just having the odd weekend here and there, where I used to have to take holiday to go away, for us to go away in the van together. And then we'd have a 2-week holiday, maybe go to Cornwall or something. And we've always got on. We've been together a long time. But it's worked perfectly well. And we have to do things together, as in we clean the toilet block together, and it's under we've got a time that we have to do that in. We're fine. We've just found it works.
Yeah.
And living together, it's fine.
Let's talk about the adjustment, because I think this is some of the comments that I get is sort of like, how are you finding living in such a small space? So you've gone from a 4-bedroom house to a 2-bedroom static van, and then when you've got your time off, you jump in your van and off you go. How are you finding that transition?
It makes you realise what you don't need. The biggest thing for me is, all I can think about at the moment is how much stuff we've got, and I'll call it stuff. It's just, and maybe junk. You know, like I've just been saying now, like, I reckon Lee's got a couple of 100 CDs. I was like, when was the last time we ever put a CD on? So it makes you realise what you don't need. I've only bought a handful of things with us in our static that are like, you know, pictures or bits and bobs like that. A handful. And when I go back, I kind of think, you look around at all your belongings and think, we just don't need it. It does make you realise what you can live without. And I'm looking forward to the next chapter, whenever that might be, that we go from that to even smaller, and let's just, you know, get rid of it. Let's just sell it, give it away.
I've got to tell you this, because obviously I've been through this process, and I said to you this morning, I have everything in this van. It is all I need.
Yeah.
There are a few things that I think I do want to put some photographs around, because I love that. But I have to say, when I was getting rid of things, I was looking at something going, is this going to be part of my next chapter?
Yeah.
Do I really need it? And it was so freeing. And as things went out the door, I could feel this
like liberating.
sense. Yeah. Liberating. I called my van Liberty, by the way.
Oh, I love that.
and so you might have that as well. So when does your season finish?
At the end of October. Plan at the moment is to possibly go travelling into Europe and chase a bit of sun, because we only get 2 days off a week, and we've kind of missed that holiday type thing. And then we're lucky that the campsite want us to come back next year. So that's obviously going to be brilliant for us. Who knows though, like basically before I'm 55, we want to not be working, and we want to do what you're doing. This is like we've been talking about for a year. It was so weird meeting you yesterday and realising that you're living our dream. And so we will do that. I don't know when, but I haven't got a plan. Which is weird, because you spend your whole life with a plan. You've got to have a plan. It's kind of like we're conditioned to think you have to have a plan. You've got to know what you're doing. And we haven't.
I've definitely found that I always used to have everything sort of lined up, and then it would happen. And I've definitely found in more recent years, and certainly I would not be doing this trip if I'd done it like that. There would never have been a good time to go. But what I have found is that if you make the decision, and I even say it out loud now, things like, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I am going to do it. Or I don't know when it's going to happen, but it is going to happen. And what I've found is when I say things like that out loud, when I feel that, and you guys talking late last night, you know, that could have been the very first step. You might find that the opportunities suddenly, you see them because you've made that decision. And you might meet a few more people who are doing this now, and all of a sudden it's like, it's very doable, it's easy, you've asked them how they're doing it, and then things come your way and you go, we can actually do this.
100%.
It's quite an incredible thing. I found the biggest decision I had to make was, where was I going to start?
We discussed that a few times as well. We actually said Wales. That would be whenever we do that, it will be somewhere in Wales. But I'm excited for the future.
But I did like what you said last night, because I said I'm going anti-clockwise and I just need the sea on my right, and you said
we're going the other way.
And I loved your reason why. Please say why.
Because we're going to have to go clockwise because I film everything when we're driving, and otherwise I'll just be filming Lee with the view behind Lee, and I'll be able to film out of the window. So we will be keeping the seat on the left.
What do your children think to what you're doing?
I think, do you know what? They've been brilliant. They've been really supportive, and I think they found it hard at times, which they're going to, aren't they? Because you've been there for 20 years. Doing a lot of things for them, and looking after them, making sure they get to appointments, or everything. And I think they've got used to it. They're lucky that they both work, and they've got a house, so they've got somewhere to be. But we've been back 3 times. We actually came here at the end of January, to Harlech, and we've been back 3 times. So yeah, they're fine with it.
Which is great,
I hope
isn't
that
it?
they do the same. In fact, our youngest daughter said the other day, she's got quite a good job. She actually works in a pub, but she's a duty manager, and she got that at like 19 years old. And she said, I'm going to quit it. I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to go to Australia. Now, some people would say, oh, you should be saving for your future. We were like, oh my goodness, do it.
Yeah.
And I keep saying, have you booked it?
Yeah.
Just do it.
So this is the weirdest coincidence. You're going to love this. My son is 19. He works in a bar.
Oh, wow.
And he's doing really well and he absolutely loves it. His girlfriend, she also works in the same bar. And the other night we had a video call because they had a quick little trip over to Spain, and they both said, Jack said, Mum, I want to get a camper van. We're going to go to Australia.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
And like you, I'm like,
yeah, do it.
Just do it. The thought of, them going away and being in another country and so on.
It's scary, isn't it?
It's scary, but it's also so exciting.
Yeah. You want them to live their lives.
Yeah, and I think their experiences will be with them forever and just open up their world so much more.
100%. And I kind of don't, like, we did the thing you're meant to do. So maybe in a different order to what some people don't expect, but we didn't get married first. We got a house together, then we got married, then we had children. We've both worked. We've done the normal thing, and I'd be quite happy if my kids don't do that. I don't want them to think they have to conform to what society thinks they should be doing. The norm.
I have to say I'm with you 100% on it. I would love for them to just do
Be
whatever it
free spirits.
is. Because I think we're in a world now where you can, for want of a better word, you can monetize. You can find a way to fund the things that you want to do. There's
100%.
so much you can do online.
Yeah.
We can live in a very different way now. So yeah, Liv, thank you so much.
That's all right. I've enjoyed chatting to you.
Yes, and we'll keep in touch.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to know the minute you have packed your van and you are leaving.
Oh, you'll be the first to know. I literally will be. You'll be the first to know, definitely.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
Now, can we get down without being pulled over? We did it. Elsie! Here she is. So beautiful here. I could stay here forever. I actually was going to leave, and I got to the checkout bit, say my goodbyes, and decided to stay another day. Just too good here. Too good. The water is amazing. Can't quite swim with the camera, and I got to get hold of my dog. Now, sadly, we have to go. Got to go and pack up. I don't want to go. I want to live here forever and ever and ever. Porth Iago. I love it.
So this is Justin. It was an absolute pleasure to meet Justin, the same as it was with Liv, but Justin was the first person to ever recognise me from my channel, and that was very, very exciting. So if you're watching, Justin, hey, hope you're well, and thanks again for coming to say hello.
So it's time to get back on the road, and we're heading for tonight's park up. So that's the little road that came up. There's my van. There's this little car park here.
You can just see the top of the van there where I parked up, a little free car park. I've just come through that gate. Look what we've got. Beautiful. So we are in the middle of a heat wave at the moment, which is why we've come out early. There's actually a breeze today, which is amazing. Yesterday was no breeze. Not so good. I'll show you without me in it. Now, I'm not sure what this curious little building is, because I've got no signal, so I can't look it up, but I will look it up. Let's go and have a look. This looks like it was some sort of lookout. Let's take a look at the view and see. Bella, come, good girl. Oh. Yes. You'd definitely be able to see a lot of what's coming from here. What a beautiful view. 2 minutes from my van. So we're in the area of Aberdaron. So I'm testing some boundaries, and I've just decided that I'm going to be an intrepid explorer. And rather than, I couldn't find a path, so I'm just going to go without a path. It'll be fine. So I'm hoping it is fine and that I'm not actually walking through someone's private land. But I don't think I am. And the Wales Coast path is on the other side of this field, so if I get into trouble, I'm just lost. It'll be fine. But look at this. I've got to show you what I'm looking at. Gentle breeze, calm sea, beautiful coastline. Here we go as we come down the hill. I don't put my hiking shoes on. If you could feel the breeze coming off here right now, it's so refreshing. So we've got a sign here. Just gone through these gates. Just going through here. We've got a sign. Take care, keep your distance, walk around a herd if possible, avoid getting in between animals, keep your dog on a short lead. If you feel threatened by approaching cattle, let your dog off the lead. Sound advice? Let's go. So I want to share something that's happened this morning about I can't be asked. That phrase, I have so many theories about it, and often I forget my own discoveries about this wonderful phrase. I have found if I ever say to myself, I can't be asked, it's a bit like a baby crying. I have to go through a bit of a triage. What is wrong? Am I hungry? Am I angry? Am I upset? Am I dehydrated? Am I tired? All of those things, because this morning was a really good example of that. At the start of this, we went up to the lookout point. The grass was really long. I couldn't see a path. The grass was going around my legs. I was being bitten, and I just had this whole, oh, do you know what? I can't be asked. And whenever I feel that, I have to stop and check. I didn't sleep very well last night. The thunderstorm was loud. It was so hot. Couldn't have the skylights open because of the rain. And it was just like, oh, and poor Bella, she's been so hot. So I feel as if like I've been wading through treacle just to get by. And so I went back to the van and I had a chat with a really lovely couple. And I hope someday that Sarah that I met will, and Nick will come on and share their story, because what a story they have in terms of next chapters. I always feel I'm privileged when people talk to me, because it's a lovely thing. Talking out loud sometimes is a good thing. I love doing it. And I love it when people feel that they can do that with me. Look at this. Just stunning. Bella, this way. Not too close to the edge. This way. Come on. This way. She's like, but the sea is that way. So I always feel it's a real privilege when people talk to me. And Sarah and Nick, if you see this episode, I just want to thank you, because just talking to other people, and I realised I hadn't really done that for good 36 hours, something like that, which isn't a long time, but it really lifted me. It lifted me having that human connection. And so I found my I can be asked. And now we're doing it. So we've just gone over a couple of fields, and we're now on the coast path and enjoying. I would have missed this, and then I would have thought, I've got to carry on now. So when you can't be asked, when you hear yourself say that phrase, maybe this helps, because all the time that I've been walking on this earth, I love getting older because you have more experiences and you get time to test out more theories. But if you hear yourself going, oh, I can't be asked, ask yourself why. And it might be as simple as you don't want to do it, or it might be something else. It might just be that you need a hug. It might be that you need a nice cup of tea. It might be that you need some fresh air. It might be that you need a good night's sleep. There's always a reason, because when you can't be asked, it's usually not happy with something and you need to change it. Let me know, what do? Do you ever say I can't be asked? Have you ever stopped to question what that might be about? I definitely know it's a good indicator for me that it's something that I don't actually want to do, and it might be something that I've told myself I should do. And that wasn't this case today, because I knew I'd love this. And I am. How could you not? So I've seen that there's a cafe at the end of this little walk that's on Whistling Sands beach, and I really hope they let dogs in. I would love a nice cold drink, and oh, that would be so nice. Imagine if it's got air conditioning, or even it's just cool. I'm properly excited about this proposition. Right here, cold air. You can see it's not very windy, but slight breeze. And look what we have here. Are you ready? Da-da-da-da-da. And if I'm not mistaken, that looks like a cafe. Beautiful. Lots of butterflies. So I'm beginning to spot a little bit of a pattern, because it said no dogs, and then you come down to the beach and dogs are allowed in this little bit here. So I am going to stop in this cafe as well, but we're going to go to that little bit there, cool off, and have time to get the camera out before Bella was off and into the water. Wait, got the ball, wait. Go! Tell you what, this is the time to come. Come in the morning. No one here. There's one couple over there just setting up for the day. That's it. Treating myself to a brunch. And we've been playing for quite a while on the beach. Just this section. Where the paw prints are. And Bella is a very, very happy dog. I think I've only ever associated beaches like this with Cornwall and North Devon. And to be honest, I'm feeling a little bit embarrassed. All this fabulous stuff, and some of these places I've been before, but I've clearly never seen the places. I think sometimes we go places and we're just so involved in what our lives are like, we don't stop to really take it all in. So we did this a lot. Hello, wait. Ready, go. So we just come back up here. We're heading up back to the van. And I just wanted you to see those colours in the sea. I hope you love this as much as I do. Goodbye, Whistling Sands. What a wonderful visit. Yes, I did go in the water. I stayed in there for a long time. We had a great time. We threw the ball, we swam around together, and I didn't have my swimming costume with me because it's broken. So I went in my shorts and my top. I just went in, and lo and behold, it's fine. I was literally out of the water for about 10 minutes and I felt pretty dry enough to be able to go and sit in the cafe, which I did, and had a lovely breakfast. Yeah, really nice. A great morning. So we're hopping back into the van now and we're travelling further down the Llŷn Peninsula, and we're skirting by Aberdaron. That's coming in the next episode, and we're heading for Myned Moor. I had a beautiful cliff walk planned that was going to give us views of Bardsey Island. However, so when it comes to my walks, I don't mind a bit of rain at all. However, I've just seen some people walk by and I said, have you been round at the edge? And they said, yeah, you can't see a thing. You just can't see a thing. So I wanted to do this walk. Lovely piece of coastline. It's not too challenging. And the views apparently are just amazing over to Bardsey Island. So that's what I wanted to do. But we've done plenty of walking already today. So I'm just having I might have to skip this part and move on. Part of my problem why things are taking me so long is because, something happens, the weather's not right, and I'll go back. And then I go back on myself to cover it. And that's all well and good. But I'm looking at a trip that's going to take me about 5 years at this moment. And this might just have to be one of those things where I go, I'm not going to get to do it. I'm going to have to come back another time. So it feels disappointing, but at the same time, I think I've got to start getting realistic that I cannot do everything on my list. Yesterday was sweltering, and today, well, you've just seen it, the mist has come down. It is cold. I've got a t-shirt on and I'm like, I gotta put my hoodie on. So yeah, it's not that bothers me. I'd happily go and walk it, but it's one of those where I'm just not gonna, I wanted to walk it for the scenery and I'm just not gonna see the scenery. So on this occasion, can you feel my disappointment? On this occasion, I'm gonna abort and I'm gonna move on to the next place that I wanna go to. These things are sent to try us. I'll come another time. I'm still not over that one, but thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please like, comment and subscribe, and of course give it a hype if you really enjoyed it. Join me next week when we're going further along the Llŷn Peninsula. We're going up the east side, so I hope to see you then. You take care. Bye.